I think we might be fucking gross.
Welcome back, 2.9ers.
Also, stop blowing into the goddamn microphone. Don't.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry, I just got possessed by a ghost. It's fine.
We used all of our fucking Riz yesterday. It's
yeah,
gone
pretty
now.
much. So much.
We're gonna have to hobble through this one.
Hobble, wobble, drop it low, drop it low. No, I'm just kidding.
Drop it low, drop it low, drop it.
Welcome back, 2.9ers, to another spooky, scary Halloween story. And this one is based in my, I guess not hometown, because it's not really my hometown. My home state, Texas, because we're in Armadillo. You'll figure that out later. Because I'm talking about the furries, remember?
Did you know that armadillos carry the plague? Or maybe it's not the plague.
Some type of plague.
They carry some sort of archaic disease. I can't remember what it is.
That's great. I love that Texas's state animal is the armadillo.
Yeah.
And the roadrunner, right? We have two.
No idea.
I don't know anymore. Fact check me down below in the comments. Anyways.
I'm not from here.
Let's get started with some spooky, scary stories.
Hey, listen up. Before we start our weekly scheduled podcast, we'd like to cover our asses. The content in this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes alone and should not be interpreted or construed as official advice or instruction of any kind. We're blowing a 4.0, so please listen responsibly and enjoy.
My producer is going to fire me. So today is going to be something based in the San Antonio area of Texas. It's one of my favorite haunted stories. It's not even a haunted story. It's more like a murder. And it's amazing and mysterious. And I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on it. So we'll get to that after we tell Andrew the story. Did you read it all?
Huh?
Did you read all of the story?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes, I put the fucking script together, my man.
Well, shit. Because I was telling about
No, I have not read it yet.
Thank you. It's called acting. Acting 101. Doing great, sweetie.
I'm very pretty as well, so I get by easy in life.
You and all your hair follicles that are on top of your...
Okay, stop. Stop,
hairline.
because one, because now you're gonna sit and listen to me. One, I am not going bald in the way she's saying.
No, it's just going that way.
And that is from, don't put this in the video because I'm just saying it to you. I'm not going bald, my hair is short. I keep my hair short.
Mm-hmm. So is the hairline.
Don't, you can't put any hairline jokes in there because then the second, no hairline jokes.
Why?
Because then everyone's gonna think I'm bald.
Oh. No,
and that's gross.
he's just
then they'll
the
think I'm some
typical
sort
military. Anyways, we'll just bleep all that out. No receding hairline jokes. Got it.
The entire front half of this video is going to be just us fucking yammering at each other.
Anyways, back to my scary mystery story, murder mystery. It still is apparently unsolved today, but there's a few new things that I actually learned while reading over the script. So let's get started with the haunted Sheraton Gunter Hotel. The murder mystery that happened there, along with other things. Okay.
You're already making it sound weird and sexual.
What are you talking about?
Along with other things.
Why did your mind go to the gutter? I literally meant like the history of it. And you're
it's
like...
the way you said it.
The prostitution that happened there. What?
There's no prostitution.
This is Halloween. This is October. We're doing spooky, scary stories. Spookies.
Okay. Everybody put your Halloweeners in your pants. Fuck are you packing over there?
My mask.
Oh.
Yeah. The haunted Sheraton Gunter Hotel. Seated in the center of historic San Antonio, the Sheraton Gunter Hotel is an impressive sight to behold. 12 stories tall, beautiful tan brick, and a flair of elegance that can only be found in old properties. Oh, and there's ghosts. Full of ghosts. But we'll be talking about a specific one today. One and only. Just one. No, I'm just kidding. There's gonna be multiple. That of an unnamed, I almost said unarmed, my bad. That of an unnamed woman who police suspect was ground to a paste and fleshed, what? What did you just say, call this? Oh, I know what you're talking about now. That of an unnamed woman who police suspect that was ground into paste and flushed down the toilet. Which, to me, knowing the story, I think there was more involved. Question from the audience. Oh, fuck. The Sheraton Gunter is a one-of-a-kind place. in part because since the 1830s, it has almost always been a hotel, so under different management and different names, and also largely because it earned extreme notoriety in 1965 at no fault of its own. In 1965, San Antonio's most mysterious and brutal murder took place inside of the one and only Sheraton Gunter's guest room. 636. 636. It is now split up into 2 guest rooms, by the way. 2 rooms. Because they
edit that out. I know that. That's in there.
Since then, it appears to be the residual energy from that terrible night. Hello? Nope, we're going to redo this. Do you smell the dogs?
Is she farting out there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got it in my mouth and I almost threw up.
We gotta take a hit the. How you doing? The smell.
It's subtle now. I think it just burnt off all my nose hairs. And we're back from the terrifying smell. Louise's butthole.
Absolutely bonkers.
Since then, it appears that the residual energy from that terrible... If I could just fucking talk, that'd be great. Since then, it appears that the residual energy from that terrible night replays over and over again, leaving a paranormal imprint on the Sheraton Gunter Hotel that it certainly never asked for. Let's go through the history of the Gunter Hotel.
While I'm crinkling.
While he crinkles back there and eats his little gummy unicorn marshmallow thingies.
Girl, they bussin'.
What are they?
They bussin'.
They bustin'.
Okay, bust down.
Since 1837, just a year after the fall of the Alamo, there has stood a hotel on the current Sheraton Gunter Hotel land. It went by the name of Settlement Inn. Some called it the Frontier Inn, but the message was all the same. The owners had been relatively unimaginative. And the inn's name came from the fact that San Antonio was, in fact, the border at the same.
Come on!
The borderland at the time. Frontier indeed.
Fucking dork.
That's literally one of the sentences.
I know, but just like the way you said it.
A military base from the Vance brothers for $500. 500 foot long. That was for you, Rhonda.
500 foot long.
You just... Event joke. It's an event joke. The settlement / Frontier Inn was purchased and demolished in 1851. Irish immigrant brothers William, John, and James Vance had visions for the settlement inn. So many imaginations.
Imagination.
Spooky. The Vance brothers erected a 2-story building in the place of the inn and subsequently rented it out to one of the U.S. armies for the next decade. Just one of them, not all of them. During that period, the property operated as a local headquarters for the army. And then the Civil War erupted. Poof. By the time the Civil War had ended, the property owned, in theory, by the Vance family had traded hands again. Duh, that's what, businesses do. It was the federal troops who occupied the city and who also used the building. They did so until 1872 when the property was finally given back to the Vance family. How fucking kind of you. In the early 1900s, a group of investors came together to form the San Antonio Hotel Company. There were 13 men in total, including rancher Jot. Is it Got or Jot?
Spell it.
J-O-T.
J-O-T?
J-O-T. Got, Jot.
Yacht?
Yacht.
I have no idea. Yacht.
Yacht. My name is Yacht Gunter. Maybe that's it.
I was just gonna...
Any one of those names, whose name would later be given to the hotel, which still stands at the corner of Houston and St. Mary Streets today. Like if you go there today, there's like a whole ghost tour and everything.
We're gonna go there later. Don't worry about it.
No, what the... I said I would do ghost hunting, but no Ouija boards.
We're gonna do Ouija board.
No, I heard that.
Haunted hotel.
I'm gonna fucking throw this Red Bull in your face. Or maybe on your equipment.
It's your equipment.
It's your equipment.
Yeah, but then your podcast is dead. Yeah, mind your manners. How about...
Now we're gonna shift some hands and go to the Gunter Hotel today as it is. By 1979, the Gunter Hotel had changed hands again. It was sold to Josef. I just want to say Sterilely. I don't know how to say this name. So it's Josef, S-E-I-T-E-R-L-E.
Sitterly.
Sitterly?
As in Sitterly Homes.
Josef Sitterly. And a $20 million restoration was undertaken. 10 years later, the Gunter found a new home with the Sheraton Hotel chain. Pretty good family. A back and forth volley occurred after this. Ellie's not impressed. She's snoring over there. In which the Gunter went under various new ownerships for the next 10 years. In 1999, after an $8 million renovation, it once more became a member of the Sheraton Hotel family and remains so today. Yay. Now we're about to do a share-a-ton of spooky murder shit. So let's talk about the ghost of the Sheraton Gunter Hotel. And I'm gonna stop saying the Sheraton. Just the Gunter Hotel. Gunter Hotel's fine. Like many haunted locations in San Antonio, people staying at the Gunter Hotel have seen spirits of the fallen Alamo defenders. Well, duh. It was, built on and near the Alamo. It's built on a graveyard. Ghost of arguing? They were arguing with people? That's interesting. I've never had a ghost argue with me.
The ghosts were arguing with each other.
Got it. So they would just see it. Got it. Okay. So they would see the fallen Alamo defenders, ghosts of arguing flapper girls, and the spookiest jazz musician to ever haunt a place. So cool. Da-da-da-da. There have been reported dips in temperatures, the kind where your hair stands up on end and a chill whispers down your spine. Ooh, spooky. My other friends will get that reference. It's okay. Others have experienced the sensation of being watched, of glancing over your shoulder with the expectation that someone is there, only to see the hallway empty. That's the tea, folks. Now let's get to the brutal murder that happened in room 636. So much fun that they now split in two, right down the middle. And they call it A and B. I'm just kidding. I don't know what they call it. Now we get to the VIP. Very important. Whoa. I don't know that word.
Poltergeist. You're a ghost person. You don't know poltergeist?
I didn't know how it was spelled. I thought it was poltergeist, not poltergeist. Pastrami.
I pulled up to the curve at the dentist.
Now we get to the VIP. Very important poltergeist. Does that type of stuff happen in that room though? I guess we're gonna find out whenever we go stay there.
Yeah.
In February of 1965, San Antonio's largest unsolved mystery would take place at the Gunter Hotel. Albert Knox checked in on February 6th. He was a blonde man, said to be quite a charmer, really. According to some, Knox was coming off a drinking binge. According to the others, Knox was still in the thick of that partying run, content to thrive on the chaos until he sobered up and went back home to his parents' house. How old was this guy? He went back home to mommy and daddy. For 2 days, guests of the Gunter saw Albert Knox come and go with a tall woman. The inquisitive gazes that followed inquisitive. Yep, they were exquisitive too.
We're having fun.
The inquisitive gazes that followed the couple labeled the woman as a call girl, a prostitute really, though no one will ever know for certain that she was. And so the party raged on. But on February 8th, one of the hotel's housekeepers was bringing some items to the Knox hotel room. To the Knox hotel room. Yep, for sure. To Knox's hotel room. Room 636. Maria Luis Guerrera noted the do not disturb sign on the door, but paid it no attention. Most people tended to forget to take it down, even when they'd already checked out of the hotel. Guerrera pushed open the door only to stop dead in her tracks. Standing at the foot of the bed, Albert Knox stood with a bloody bundle in his arms. Baby. I'm just kidding. This is very serious.
I was just gonna say.
Blood splattered every inch of the guest room like a mosaic of death that needed no explanation. In the face of Guerrera's horrified expression, Knox lifted one finger to his mouth. Shh. The housekeeper's mouth parted in a scream, and Knox used that moment to dash past her and out of the room. It took 45 minutes for Maria Luis Guerrera's report to make it to management, but by that time, Albert Knox had disappeared. The evidence remaining in room 636 was clear. Somebody had died. I mean, well, yeah, fucking brutally too. In the 1976 interview about the crime, Detective Walter Corky Dennis, who passed away in 2011, R.I.P., commented that it was the bloodiest place I had ever seen up until then. The bathroom was especially bad and just sticky with blood all over the place. He, and the other detectives noticed the bathtub had a red ring around it like it had been drained of blood. Jesus Christ. See? Told you. Favorite story. Some wonder if, after murdering the woman with his .22 caliber weapon, Knox then butchered the body and flushed her down the toilet and bathtub. The San Antonio police suspected dismemberment, and one of the witnesses only further pushed this idea. The day before the murder, Knox had visited the local Sears department in search of a meat grinder. When the Sears employee informed him that they didn't have the large size that Knox wanted, the employee offered to order one from the warehouse. For Knox, however, that would take much longer. He stormed off in a huff. Not getting his way, a little child. That's why you have to go run back to mommy and daddy. Little evidence was found inside the room. A lipstick-smeared cigarette, brown paper bags, luggage from the San Antonio Trunk and Gift Company. The purchase for the suitcase had been made by a check from John J. McCarthy, who happened to be the stepfather of the 37-year-old Walter Emmerich, who had disappeared on one of his drinking binges at the end of January and stole his parents' checks and some of their items. I keep burping. The police scoured the city for the woman's body, so sure that someone had been murdered. They checked construction sites and even sections of streets where cement was being laid down. Cement.
Cement. You fucking hillbilly.
Was being laid down. On February 9th, a blonde man walked into the St. Anthony Hotel, just 1 block away from the Gunter. He came with no luggage, and when he requested to book a room, he made it known that he wanted room 636.
Oh.
We got him, motherfucker. That particular room was not available, and after some arguing, he settled for room 536. He checked in under the name Roger Ashley. But the man had aroused the suspicions of the front desk attendants, and after tipping the San Antonio police off that the murderer might have just checked into their hotel, the detectives rushed over. They hurried up to room 536, banging on the door. The police tried to apprehend Walter Emmerich for the crimes, but as they struggled to open the door, they heard the single, hollow sound of a gunshot. Walter Emmerich had killed himself and taken whatever information he had with him to the grave. In the 50 years that have passed since those fateful nights, the woman's identity has never been discovered, and no missing reports have ever surfaced. 10 years ago, however, the former general manager of the Gunter Hotel received an envelope with no return address. It was directed to the Gunter, not the Sheraton Gunter, and the zip code dated back to 1965. Inside the envelope was an old room key, not to be confused with the room card key. The one for room 636, and was the kind used during that period. A bit of folklore to add to an already strange story? No one is quite certain, but many people have witnessed the murder replay in the years since then, and as though the imprint of the devastating death has no choice but to reenact the same scene over and over again. Staff and guests both have reported such paranormal phenomenon. One guest even witnessed seeing a ghostly woman who held her hands out and stared at the guest with a gaze that almost appeared soulless. I'm just kidding. The San Antonio Paranormal Investigations, SAPI, conducted one of their many investigations at the Sheraton Gunter. One of its psychics was actually physically attacked by an unseen force. That'd be fun to experience. Not really. That would be fucking horrifying. But like,
I can't wait to Ouija board in room 636.
I'm not doing a damn Ouija board. With these series of events unfolding in this room, I've come to the logical conclusion I need to stay the night in the room where ghost hunters now see y'all in the afterlife. I'm not fucking doing a Ouija board.
Ouija board in the hotel room. You said it. You said it with your own English just now.
No, I didn't. I
Yes,
said
you
I
did.
am not doing a Ouija board. That is what I said. I'm fucking doing a Ouija board.
But
Put it on record. I'll see you in the afterlife, guys. Bye.
Ouija board in the
No.
hotel room.